NEFER's coming out in about 18 days, and I just want to pre-farm, quote-unquote pre-farm for it, because one of the items, you can't really pre-farm, unfortunately, due to the boss that's required as her essential material dropping along with her. So right now, can't really pre-farm fully. I also want to check on someone because their voice sounds very different and very passionate about that moon pie, and I don't know if they changed the voice actors for her, but it just sounds different to me. Maybe it's because I've been playing the game on Japanese for a while, now switching to, you know, English is just a bit different, but I swear her voice should be higher. That aside, let's get into the whole, you know, point of this video. Like, she really sounds like she's into that moon pie. Jeez. All right, so this is obviously not really important, but Donna, you sound very different. Let's see if I can get you to sound a bit louder. Am I losing my mind? Her voice used to be higher pitched than this, or am I just dumb?
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Whoa! Like, am I losing my? She doesn't sound like Donna at all. She sounds like MILF. I want to throw this in there because just in case you want to, let's say, triple crown her for some reason, you don't really need to. You just need to crown her elemental skill, elemental burst. That's it. Make sure you get her to level 90 as well, because she is a Dendro character, which means reactions are very important. And I just got a very telling message from Duolingo to continue my streak. Strategies of Elysium, we need 9. Guide to Elysium, we need 63. Philosophies of Elysium, we need 114. Tattered Warrant, we need 36. Immaculate Warrant, we need 96. Frost Etched Warrant, we need 129. For the boss essential materials, unfortunately the boss hasn't really released, but we have the name. Apparently it's called Radiant Antler, and obviously we need 46 of those. For the crowning materials, we're going to need 18 rooks, right? Again, this will vary if you're just gonna crown her twice or triple crown her, right? For the specialties, I already spoke about this. We need Moonfall Silver, we need 168. Crown of Insight, we need 2 to 3, of course. And Hero's Wit, we need 418, along with the Mora, for some reason, going up to 7 million. I was thinking maybe go to the artifact domain and get some more of the Night of the Skies unveiling. Unveiling what? What is the sky unveiling? The true moon, obviously. What else would it be unveiling? Like, come on, your mom's just... All right, so for her main stats, we have to focus on obviously the sands, the goblet, and the circlet. For the sands and the goblet is just elemental mastery, due to the fact that Lunar Bloom is a reaction-based, you know, damage, whatnot. You need to react to something. You can't just have all Dendro on the team and expect yourself to really deal damage. Now you may ask yourself, well, you need elemental mastery on her. She said, you know, main DPS, why would you do that? That's very stupid of you, man. To that I say, fuzz, because she's still a Dendro character and she needs Hydro for Bloom, specifically because of how she works with like the cores and whatnot. Instead of the cores bursting, she completely stops them from bursting. So she edges the cores instead of letting them burst, and by doing that, she also consumes the cores to increase her damage, and that's how she, you know, does a lot of her damage, just by consuming the cores instead of allowing them to burst normally as they would if you had a, let's say, Nilu, Lama, Kokomi, you know, a normal Bloom team. She works differently. So we need elemental mastery on the sands, elemental mastery on the goblet, and crit rate or crit damage on the circlet, because Lunar Bloom can crit. Could you believe that? Wow, that's actually kind of insane. It can actually crit. So I'm gonna look for some pieces that are, I guess, potentially good in a way. This one is complete garbage, right? If there were like crit damage somewhere, this would be fantastic. Am I going to, you know, settle for this? Probably. Yes, let's just lock it up, because if I don't get anything better, then I guess this is the only piece I can really use on her. Now for the goblets, if you want to choose Dendro damage on the goblet, just know she'll deal significantly less damage, right? According to this person's beautiful chart? What the f? According to this person's beautiful mathematical chart, right? Chart. Jesus. According to this person's beautiful chart, right, it lists off that if you go with elemental mastery on the sands and danger damage on the goblet and crit, obviously crit damage, crit rate, whatever, on the circlet, you will only be dealing about 86,000 damage, which is not really that good. That's actually pretty fucking pathetic. And let me show you. This person, by the way, ignore the Pinterest pages. I was using reference. Miss Splitter Reforged, thank you for this mathematical chart that I myself will never do. So yeah, if you go elemental mastery along with crit rate or crit damage, you will get higher damage. With this, we have at least one piece secured. I'm pretty sure her weapon, which I'm also going to summon for, gives you about 88 plus or 80 plus crit damage, is kind of insane. So you might as well go for crit rate instead of double dipping into crit damage, which would be kind of insane if you have that much crit damage on her weapon and then you have no crit rate at all for Lunar Bloom to crit. But that's only if you get her weapon. If you don't have her weapon, then I guess you can go for crit rate. If you use like a free-to-play, you know, catalyst, because she's a catalyst character. So gonna keep searching for. Well, that was a very short search. I don't have elemental mastery on my goblet. What about my sands? Attack, energy recharge. Okay, nothing on my sands either. Well, I guess the flower and the plume are gonna be the easiest part. You just need crit rate, crit damage, along with elemental mastery and some energy recharge, just a little bit, because she needs around like 130 to 150% energy recharge if you want to crit, not crit, sorry, if you want to ult every rotation. As long as you have another danger character. The more danger characters you have, the better. But that means she won't really work properly as intended, because again, you need to somehow get cores for her to consume the cores and boost her damage. So you don't get too danger happy. So there's that. Okay, this one has crit rate, which is necessary. Again, her weapon is going to have a very high amount of crit damage. So did I say this one has crit damage instead of crit rate? You get the point. Thankfully, as I was saying, her weapon has a very high amount of crit damage. So crit rate will be what we will crit rate will be the thing that we will be hunting for. That was what am I tripping? What am I saying? Now let's get into farming for some artifacts. We only have 3 condensed resin, which isn't a lot, but I have gotten like 5 drops at once, which is kind of insane. So this should still work out pretty well. Now, as you will see, my characters are almost all of them level 90 across. Alhaitham is level 80 out of 90. I just haven't really you know what, let's just do it. Okay, whatever. 88 rising, let's go, baby. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. You might be surprised that this team actually fits in here, but it's complete dog shit. So let's just do it. All right, one mistake already seen. Why is your ER so low? Why is your energy recharge so low, sir? This is embarrassing. Recording, why are you doing this? How much energy recharge do I have? 193. You want more? What the so I have to use my other Favonia sword because Xingqiu likes to be a greedy son of a bitch. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, you should use sacrificial sword. Well, you will be right, but I only have one copy and a 40% chance isn't really that reliable. So I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna borrow this real quick, if you don't mind, Ferdinand, because again, Xingqiu likes being a greedy son of a bitch. Let's see how this team performs. I know I dealt like 100k with Llama earlier, but that won't happen ever again, unfortunately. Yes, we're diffracting. Yes, sir. Please diffract. Diffract faster. Oh yes, this is how we diffract. So as you can see, damage is not very good. I don't know why. Some people are probably yanking out their hairs at how I use all hate. I know how to use a character, but you know, I'm kind of lazy. I'll show you that I know how to use a character just to prove a point, because I know somebody is gonna be a little petty and be like, oh yeah, he doesn't know how to use him. But I'll show you his true power, just to shut you up and still show you that he won't really kill anything fast enough on here. So that's the unfortunate part. Oh, great. Amazing. All right, let's see what we get from these this RNG. 5 pieces. Only 3. Could this at least be elemental mastery? HP. No, that's great. That's fantastic. We need more HP character. What do we get from this run? 4 pieces. Let's not get too ambitious now. Okay. Can this be? Oh wait, we already have a crit rate. All right. Doesn't really matter what we get on here, so kind of pointless. Oh my gosh. That's a nice piece. That's a nice piece. That's not bad. I wish it had like all 4 stats unlocked, because I like the little glowing thing that they added to the artifacts to signify that you didn't have to roll its 4th stat. It was already on the artifact once you got it. I really like that little glow effect that it has. It's so shiny. Please. Can it be elemental mastery? Okay, alright, I guess fuck you too then. What about this? Nothing good. Usually I don't like checking my pieces when I get them, because I like being surprised and less disappointed whenever I do these things. So I'm being disappointed before I even get to check them out on the whole, you know, artifact page. So normally I don't like using, you know, resin on its own. Ran out of condenser resin, unfortunately. What is the point of this video? It's so all over the place, you may ask yourself, or tell yourself. Not even I know. Hopefully next one I can actually have a script and some structure, because this is actually pretty ass. Let's see what we can get from 20 resin. Let's see if that treats us better. You know, you never know. Okay, nope, I guess fuck me then. That's great, that's fantastic. You gotta love this game.